Yes, I try to reach them, and that's hard work. You know, it's a very valuable experience. Do you know why it is so? Because we work hard in Tatarstan. Why would someone leave Tatarstan at all? Hello, thank you for agreeing to take part in our project in which we talk about various aspects of life in Tatarstan. Let's talk about you and your work, your participation in sports. And my first question, maybe some people don't know, how did you start your career in KAMAZ-master team? Well, I'm not sure there's even one person left who doesn't know, because I've talked about it so many times. And I cherish that history, and I'm very, very glad that I chose this life path. And I am enormously thankful to my parents that they chose as a place of residence Tatarstan. And then, when the team was coming into being, the famous KAMAZ-master, known everywhere, it was a team of common-minded persons back in 1998. We were just united by the idea of going to the rally Paris-Dakar. You know, I was very interested. I read as a kid about these rallies, and of course it was very interesting to try that. You know, I was ready to sweep the floor even at this rally. And 32 years later, you know, these are our achievements of our team. And once again, there was no team at that time. There was a group of people, of commonly minded people. And when they set a certain goal to reach that height, everything is possible. Okay, let's go back to today. So because of pandemic, rally was canceled. And probably it was a huge blow for the team. What else was cancelled, and how did it affect the team, the mood? Well, of course, you understand that not a single competition took place this year. The only one was in Saudi Arabia for the first time in history. And we were very happy that, at the very first try, we were able to win. And then, all of us were in the same boat. And, it was very important psychologically not to get upset and to find opportunities to somehow prepare ourselves and for our constructors, engineers to keep working on the design, maybe sometimes online. Because, time flies fast, and the next rally is in February. It's quite, it's going to be very soon. And of course, the training camp, there was one training camp in Astrakhan. Thank God we have Astrakhan with the same conditions. Like our famous war commander Suvorov said, it's hard to do the training, but it's easier to be in the battlefield. So in September, the first competition will be the first stage. The first stage will again be in the Astrakhan region. And we hope that we will be in a good shape and we will be able to represent our republic and our country in Saudi Arabia in February. So after Saudi Arabia, for the first time, how did you like everything? How did you like the track? How hard was it in general? Well, in the Arabian Peninsula, we have been already, we have visited it. At a certain point, about 20 years ago, We took some challenges. There were certain stages of World Championships in November, one of the hardest ones, because in the Arabian Peninsula, the sands are so hard to overcome. The dunes, I took part about 7 times, and as a pilot, Rustam Minikhanov, our current president, back at that time he was a prime minister. He took part as a pilot, and he really showed himself well. Aren't you tired of your victories? Because for many years, KAMAZ-master has been a winner, but every victory is different, and every victory is hard labor. Yes, if you look at the outcome, yes, once again they won, yes, just like with Akbar's hockey team, But look at the game, how hard it is to get ready for the game. What kind of team, hard team play should be, teamwork. And after one victory, the fans expect victories from you, because we're raising the bar every time. So the same is true for us. It's not just about sportsmanship. It's also about the fight between or competition between the technology. We produce the cars, the vehicles. So it's also a competition, a rivalry between designers, between engineers. Absolutely, yes. And also the pilots, the drivers, the mechanics, and the engineers, the constructors, technologists, all of the people involved in designing this equipment, so that at the start, in theory, we would not fall behind our rivals. But then it's all about the sports. So, sports cars. So, if we're talking about KAMAZ sports trucks, is it all domestic product? Well, is it all domestic? But what is the most important thing in a car? The engine? No, the brains of the people who designed it. Those who designed the exterior, the internal, who united the suspension with the rest of the car. Having all parts of the vehicle assembled together, it's not the car yet, it's not the truck. But to create something as a whole is, takes the brains. Now, it's designed by Russians, it's designed by the people in Tatarstan, in KAMAZ. And I think this is the most important. So it's impossible, probably, to be a producer of all components. But today's machinery is built on the premises that we find the best producers, we find the best components, and we assemble the best, the best product. Just like to cook the best dish. You find the right ingredients from all around the world, and you cook the best dish ever. So it's a very simple comparison, of course. So the engine could be German, the tires could be Swedish, the suspension could be something else. Yes, but the right way to unite it so that it will be failure-free. Yes, then we give the name to this vehicle, and it's different. Now, let's talk about racers, German, Finnish racers. If they were to drive our trucks, would they win the competition? Well, it's hard to say, because our specialty is that and 100% use its potential during the race. They pull out everything they want, all they need from the vehicle, and they treat it very carefully because they they took an active part in creating it. And so this combination of sports and production, manufacturing, and a sportsman and an athlete, an engineer. So the first Sunday of August, is a holiday of it's a special day for athletes in Russia, and it's also a special day for engineers in Russia. So that gives us more chances. How does the management of KAMAZ, how does the government of the Republic help you? So the team was created 32 years ago to popularize the KAMAZ brand, so that people would know about the Republic, about our country, about the car manufacturing industry worldwide. And of course, at the initial stage, it was very hard to call it, advertising, or marketing, because yes, our trucks would fail, would break down, but finally we managed it. We are able to win, and of course, this is highly appreciated by the management of the KAMAZ factory, of the city, and of course of the Republic, and of the country on the national level. You have met Putin on many occasions, yes, and of course that's a special attitude by President Putin, by President Minikhanov. It's some unknown horsepowers that all of a sudden emerge inside the trucks, inside our guys, that without any without any further ado, we can call the engine for us, and that's how we're able to win. What about the financial components? Well, the automotive sports is a very expensive sport. What do you think about this? Yes, it's quite expensive, and we definitely need new designs and new purchases. If somebody comes with new ideas in Germany and the United States, we need to try them on. We need to purchase them. And, it's a good thing if they work out. If they didn't work out, well, what can you do? So it's a constant research and design work. Yeah, and it's basically common for all teams everywhere. They're all at the risk of whether they have enough money or whether they don't have enough money. That's our life. It's everywhere. For instance, when I was in South America, you can imagine all the cargo charges, all the transportation charges. And it's not just transportation, it's also preparation for that, logistics, everything. Everything costs money. And I'm enormously grateful to our partners and sponsors of our team who appreciate all that and understand that it's all needed. How does one become a racer? How fast, how soon does the renovation cycle goes? How do you decide when someone becomes a racer at this race? Well, currently we have 5 teams, 5 fully equipped with teams. Yes, unfortunately not more. 5 top mechanics, 5 steering drivers. And the current generation is already the 3rd generation of pilots. I was in the 2nd generation. And of course, it all makes us think, where is the 4th generation? Because these pilots that we have now, they have been participating in all that since 2012. And of course, they continue to win. They continue a series of victories that the 1st generation started and the 2nd generation was able to carry on. And the 3rd generation understands their responsibility for the, so to say, senior generations. But currently, we are thinking now actively that time flies quickly, and in big sports, you can't be always successful. At some point, you have to to take rest and to exchange with somebody else. In 2016, the most accessible sport in the automotive sport, karting. We decided to offer our support for it, and so all of the professional pilots in karting, they're all domestically grown. Yes, well, actually, we can teach the international trainers and international drivers by ourselves. Yes, and it's a good thing that this kind of work that we started this, and thanks to Mr. Minikhanov, and he also helped us, with financing, and Mr. Sergei Kalugin also helped us a lot with the karting races, karting racing tracks. It was idle for 10 years, and the activity is growing, and the kids, the boys, come to the competitions, come to the tracks. It's becoming more and more popular among students, among women. A woman is a mother, and so of course when they come with kids, they want to try it themselves. Maybe they can race in our tracks, and maybe they can bring their children with them. So how many kids are there? Every year more and more children come. We still have to work on that, and we carry out federal and regional competitions. Okay, now about your deputy status. Does it help you? About a year ago, we discussed it, and you said that you would like to use your status as a deputy sort of in order to put the work with children on a brand new level. So what do you think of it? Do you like it? Well, first of all, it's a very important experience for us. I haven't missed a single parliamentary session because I try to build my working schedule around these sessions. And I'm very interested in seeing our Tatarstan as a successful region. And I'm very proud and I'm happy that I live in Tatarstan. Like I said, my parents brought me here, and the economy and the laboriousness of people are outstanding. As a participant of the Great Silk Route, I talked with many people from different regions, from different countries, from all echelons of power, and it's always very pleasant to hear, the compliments. Oh, yes, in Tatarstan, these things are great, of course. Do you know why they're great? Because in Tatarstan, we work hard. We don't talk much. We work hard. Just like we're taught by the management, just like our seniors teach us. That's the recipe of success. And to feel the core of it, to feel the heart of it, how the decisions are made, how the economy looks from inside, to see the numbers, the numbers in Tatarstan. It's a very creative work, and it's very interesting to see. And it's very pleasant that I was able to see a very business-like atmosphere in the state parliament or state council of the Republic. Everybody asks questions. Nobody is distracted by anything. And after the session is over, or a committee's meeting is over, you receive new knowledge. So is Parliament a place for discussions? Do you argue a lot? Do you have contrary opposite opinions? Oh, yes, absolutely. And everybody understands that, this 100 deputies, a lot of things depend on them for all citizens of the Republic. And everybody knows why they were entrusted with such power. Okay, some hot seat questions. Brief questions, brief answers. Ready? Okay, let's fantasize a little bit. But I'm just interested to know, what will change in Tatarstan in 10 years and in 100 years? I'm pretty sure that Tatarstan will step even at a higher level in terms of the life level. in quality of life. We are already in top five regions, but I will tell you why it will definitely happen. First of all, it's hard work of the people of Tatarstan. We're very laborious, very industrious, and the right politics of the management of among it the youth politics and the sports politics, and that's the attitude for the future. Where is your place of power in Tatarstan? Well, of course, it's my city. It's my favorite, my beloved city, Naberezhny Chelny. It's an industrial city. It's beautiful, and I love the bank of the Kama River. I live nearby it. And by the way, our KAMAZ truck was named after it. And of course, the beautiful nature, the very picturesque. So, the bank of Kama River. Okay. What is the power of Tatarstan? Well, if I may use three words: respect for the elderly, hard work, and the right attitude, approach for the upbringing of children. And what does Tatarstan lack? Time. Time is the issue for all of us because 24 hours are just not enough. I'm pretty sure we would be able to work harder. Well, yes, maybe we would work 30 hours. So, if you were to leave Tatarstan, what would you take with you as a memory? I'm not sure. No, without any further thinking. The attitude towards work and towards leisure. This model, I can take it and apply it as a recipe for success anywhere. Okay, that's philosophical. But if we talk about things that we can touch, well, I like chak-chak, sweet dish, or elesh, chicken pie. What can we learn from the youth? The thirst for knowledge, the willingness to absorb. Of course, all children are different, and those children who like to ask questions, those who have a sparkle in their eyes, are we talking about curiosity, curious people? Yes, definitely, yes. Great. Okay, what would you like to teach the youth? Well, first of all, to have a goal. That's very simple. Okay, maybe not a goal, a task of the day, but a goal, an objective is something ideal, and not to be afraid, not to be lazy about going and reaching there. Do your children live in Tatarstan? Yes, no? Yes, I have two kids. The elder son is 31, the younger is 21. They both live here. Why would someone leave Tatarstan? If you had several lives, let's say 9 lives as a cat, where would you like to spend them? Well, I travel a lot around the country, around the world. I don't have any flight gaps, and I have seen a lot of things around the world, and it's very interesting. But, I'm always attracted home. So, what would be your first decree as a president of the Republic? Well, let's imagine, as a dream. Ooh, it's so hard to say because, in reality, we have everything. The politics is right to change something, to add something, so that they could see some soft points. Not really. Maybe to strengthen something. Well, maybe I'm just used to the famous Tatar word is alga, only forward. Yes, and if you have to go backwards, you have to turn around and go alga. So, and of course, the attitude towards children, honestly, our attitude towards children and the youth is uncomparable. So, once again, Vladimir, thank you so much. I really enjoyed our discussion. Thank you and good luck in your work as a deputy.